Hey guys, it's been a little while since I made a video. Today I'm going to answer some of you guys' questions. Of the tubiest, the best YouTube subscribers on the planet. That's you. And I'm 50 plus. Today I'm going to answer some of you guys' questions. It's been a little while I've been running, and I'm doing this regional deal here with Melton, so it's all, you know, southern states, and maybe in the next video I'll let you know how that's going. Today we're going to answer a few questions. Iron Khan says, hey, 50, since still in Memphis since I finished orientation, still waiting to be put with a mentor, and this whole virus thing is, listen, here's the problem. It's a low freight, and because freight is low, I'm looking down here, getting your next question ready. So this whole time I'm doing this, I'll be looking down and talking to you guys with, don't think I'm being rude. It's just that I'm trying to keep the progress going. But the problem we're having right now is there's just low freight, and because there's low freight, the students are not being able to finish fast enough with their current mentor before that mentor is available to take another student. So things are kind of dragging a little bit. Just be patient. It's gonna happen, and you're probably gonna be with a mentor for a little while, because there's small little gaps in between runs, and this is Swift we're talking about, not Melton. This is Swift. He's at the Swift waiting for them in Memphis. Okay. Now, how do I know? It's because I talked to a lot of people who still work there. Well, I said a lot of people. I talked to some people who still work there, and two guys I talk to almost on a daily level is my mentor. I definitely talk to him every day, sometimes multiple times a day. And the other friend who's who I went to school to the Swift school with, who's now a mentor, and same thing. It actually took both of them a little bit before they got their next student. So just hang in there. You'll be on a mentor's truck soon enough, and you're probably going to be on it longer if you want to, because it's just low freight, man, and it's going to take a little while to get to the 200 hours. Well, I say that, but a little bit longer than normal. Okay, so don't be discouraged and think that you're going to get on a mentor's truck and have to be on there for anything ridiculously long. Hi there. It's kind of weird that I haven't seen a Melton truck down here in South Florida, or your company doesn't take loads to Florida. We're gonna find out real quick, because I'm on the Southern Fleet. So, but I haven't gone to Florida, and there's a couple of states that they don't even hire out of, and a lot of companies don't even hire out of Florida because of its freight situation. So I really don't know, but we're gonna find out pretty soon. I don't want to say that we don't go, then next week I'll have a load that goes to Florida, so we'll find out. But I haven't gone to Florida since I've been with Melton, so you may be on to something there. Okay, let's see if we can find something else. Ruben, I want to thank you, sir. You make me release. Okay, Ruben, English isn't his first language. So what he's saying is he's been watching my videos, and he's thankful that he found my content, and it's helped him to search his dreams, and got his DOT physical, and he's going to start working to get his CDL. Okay, so keep kicking, Ruben. I'm glad that I could help you, and if there's any other questions I can answer for you, just reach out to me, and I definitely will give you as much information as I can. This industry is definitely one to, help you get there, man. I mean, you can definitely achieve some goals, okay? But it does take a little bit to get there. Marcellus, I'm currently researching and studying for my CDL permit, but through the COVID pandemic, it's taking longer than the usual. Look, it may take you a little longer to, get into the DMV. I don't know what state you're in, but some states will still take you in to do your tests, on an appointment basis. But, don't let this COVID-19 stuff stop you from studying for a CDL test. I mean, you have a lot of resources online, so just stay diligent, get her done. Don't let anything stand in your way, and don't let this thing here we're going through deter you from that, unless the COVID virus is stopping your computer. Maybe your computer got the COVID virus and it ain't working, but you should be able to get this going, man. Don't be distracted. My daughter is in nursing school, and she was in her last semester when all this hit, and she's still having to take a lot of things online to finish. And now she's met all the compliance, and she's taking her finals, I think, next week. And this is a college nursing student. We're studying for a CDL, and not to mention all of the other kids and students across the United States that hadn't been able to go back to their classrooms or at home studying, and they're all will be getting their just rewards, and you can as well. You just need to stay focused and knock that out. Okay, you can do it, bro. Leonardo, I was talking with my recruiter a couple of weeks ago, and she said Melton and I could stay a minimum of 3. Oh, Melton had to stay out 3 weeks in order to go home. I live in California. Maybe that's the reason. That's a good question again, bro. If I got the answer, I'll let you know. And this one, I really don't. There are some states that are, we talked about Florida, and California is another one. They're just kind of, in New York, they're just kind of difficult to get to and fro, okay, based off the freight they have. And flatbed freight is really bad coming out of California. And that's just the way it is, So I haven't had to wait that long, to get home. And every time that I've ever put in a home time request, it was always granted. However, I didn't wait till the last minute to put it in. Okay, I would put in a home request for 2 weeks, and then in 2 weeks I'd go home on a Thursday, so I would have 1 business day, Friday, to handle business, and then Saturday and Sunday there's no real freight moving, not to pick up, so I had to go back out again on Friday, and that worked out on Monday, and that worked out really good. And what I would do is, while I'm home, I'd determine when my next home visit needed to be. And as soon as I got on the truck, I immediately sent in my home request for the next time. Okay, so I mean, I was always way ahead of the game. They probably was thinking, this dude just got on back from home time. He always talking about home time again. That's because, you know, they wanted you to be at least about 10 days, you know, of planning to get you back home. And so I didn't want to wait, you know, until the last minute to do it. So I never had any problems. Now I'm on this this fleet that's supposed to get me home, you know, more frequently. We'll talk about that in another video. Okay. Dwayne, did you get your CDL through Swift or just driver training? Dwayne, I didn't answer your question. Looks like personally, and it was a day ago. My apologies for that, and I will respond to your question as well. But in video, I'm gonna answer your question. So I got my CDL through Swift, okay, and if you want to do it, go back to my very first videos, over 160 videos ago. But you're gonna find out how I got going, okay? This is 50 Plus Truckers Journey is the name of this channel, and it was my first video of me even deciding and why I was gonna become a truck driver and what my previous life was. I don't know, maybe a previous life I was probably a bull or some shit. but in this life, before I became a truck driver, I talked to you about that, okay? So, but it'll walk you through the process of how I got my CDL through Swift. Now, has the process changed? You know, I mean, it's been over a year, and it may have a little bit, you know. But I went to Corsicana, the school in Corsicana, Texas. I drove, and anytime you can go to anywhere and you take your own transportation, that's definitely a plus. And I actually had a good time, you know. And despite what anybody say about Swift, the entire time I was there, I enjoyed it. I had a good. I've just been trucking lucky, I guess, man. The trucking gods have been smiling on me, because I got with Swift after everybody said they're horrible. I got with them. The school was great, man. Really went well. The mentoring phase for me was a freaking cakewalk. I got a really good mentor. He and I talk daily. Today we've invested in some things together, and, you know, we have developed a friendship. We talk all the time, and he introduced me to his driver leader, who was freaking awesome over there at Swift, and I just had a cakewalk, man. And then after that, you know, I got that route that took me from Denver to Salt Lake. You know, really good run. And, you know, and then I had you guys, you know, and students, and everything was just, that was just a cakewalk, man. So my experience with Swift may be different from anybody else's, because, you know, everybody's experience is going to be their own. That's period. Some guys are going to have good experiences with certain companies, and some people are going to have bad experiences with them. I just so happened to have had a cakewalk there, man. It was really, really, really good, man. Really fun, and they had a lot of good people there, and I made a lot of money too, and it was good. So then I come to Melton, and this place is cool. It really is, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it yet again. I ended up with a super good driver leader, and it was good. It's been good, you know. And you know, I just started this new fleet. We'll talk about it in another video. So far up to this point, my luck in trucking has been damn good. But we'll talk about this fleet. I'm sorry, I lost track of thought. Anyways, I got my CDL through Swift, and at the time it was $3,500 or something like that, and I was the last class to get that. The next class was 6,000. So it went from 3,000 to 6,000 plus the room and board. Well, rooming basically, because they didn't feed you. But one day, the first day you were there, you got some pizza, and then after that, you on your own. Now it's 6,000 at the very least. Okay, but they had a sign-on bonus thing where you would, if you stayed for a year, they would start paying you back, and it's the truth that they're not scamming you. I actually have the check stubs to prove it. If every quarter they dumped a bunch of money onto my paycheck, and it was student bonus. Student bonus is what I think is what they called it. But if you add them all up, they did it. They gave me back $3,000. That's what I paid for the school. So essentially, all but the last payment, which was $375, all but that had been paid back, and that was because I left like one pay cycle before that ended. Okay, so I ended up having to pay that $375 in cash. So, but other than that, they did exactly what they said. They paid it all back, man. And I thought it was pretty cool. So if you got that opportunity, you need to stay there for a year anyway, because they don't. Oh, you got to sign a contract. You don't sign a contract. What you're signing is the fact that you owe them for the loan that they're giving you for school, but you don't have to stay. You just have to give them their money. That sign no contract. However, you need to stay there for a year, get that experience. You stay there for a year, you get that experience. When you're done, this is paid for anyway. The school's done, and you don't have to pay that money back. Otherwise, you can leave whenever you want. They're not holding you hostage. You leave whenever you want, but you got to pay them. They gave you the education to help you get your CDL. You owe them. That's only right. Okay, so going through a mega carrier to get your CDL is not a bad option. It's almost a guaranteed job. Nothing's guaranteed, but more likely than not, if they let you go to their school and they put fork the money out to send you through their school, they believe that you are hireable. Okay, so not a bad way to go, bro. Mr. Zimmer, he asked, "Are you still with Swift?" No, I'm not. And there's a video on my link. Just go down there and you'll find what the video says why I left Swift. I don't want to get into that craziness right now. But no, I am not with Swift anymore. And I am happy where I am. I'm with Melton, and it's been really good. Vincent Sims is a long-time subscriber. What's up, 50? Glad to hear you're still making good videos. Yes, I am. I'm going to continue to try to keep that up. Sound like you're enjoying Melton. Yes, I definitely am. Back in the session route. We'll talk about that in another video. Hang in there, my friend. Stay safe out there. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm going to try. Michael Hernandez, he said, have I ever thought about being like a trucking psychiatrist? And my response to him was, if I was a psychiatrist for truck drivers, I would need a psychiatrist. I would be like, like the lady on Sopranos. She was doing she was the psychiatrist for Tony Soprano, and then she had to go to a psychiatrist too. I don't know if you sat around and talked to truck drivers for a while, but I promise you, if you sit around and talk to truck drivers for a while, sit in the truck stop, just listen to them. And after you get through listening to them, you're going to have to go to a psychiatrist. That's a fact. All right, let's get one or two more. I didn't want this one to be too long. Let me see. Oh, that's backwards little jokes there. Let me keep going. He thought I was angry with him, but I wasn't. It was pretty funny. Dennis Rose says, thank you, brother. I used to drive flatbed for Prime, and I had to meet a Melton, the meta driver from Melton, who was pretty happy with him. Love running flatbed, frozen tarps. Yeah, that's oh, he was anyway. He wasn't asking a question. He was just giving me some information. Okay, but so I'm just gonna get to this stuff. That'll be the last question, so I'll put that up. I did get man. I'm sorry. Excuse me. What's going on with my eyes is, of course, it's allergy time, and so yeah. And I know y'all could. The way I do that every time I talk is because 90% of the time I have a sinus issue, and 90% of the time my sinuses are closing up, and it's hard for me to. I'm always gasping, and breathing through my mouth because my nose is just jacked up. So, and with allergies, eyes do that too. So sorry. I bought some tarps, some personal tarps, my own tarps from a place called Joplin Tarp Company, and they delivered them. I paid for them over the phone, and then they delivered them to Melton, and they're the same company that builds Melton's tarps and do all their tarp repair, also for Prime. And they're in Joplin, Missouri, and if you guys want to get some tarps, they're a cool place to call. There's a little bit of phone tag going on. I'm gonna have to ask him about that. Maybe the number that I'm calling isn't the real phone number. There may be his personal phone, because he and I text back and forth. But quality products. So I'm gonna let you know what I purchased. I actually bought, the tarps mine are longer, and the drop is a little shorter, and so it's like the 2 foot shorter than the Melton tarps on the drop. And when I get to Tulsa to pick them up, and the first time I use them, I'll make a video and show you guys why I chose the length I chose and the drop I chose, and how easier it is to tarp with these specific tarps. Okay. Anyways, hope you guys got a little bit of information out of this, and now I'll be sitting here, so I will definitely make another video tomorrow. I love the new Southern route. That'll be another video tomorrow. Woosah. Till I see you again, deliver undistracted. Here's your boop. Boop.